Welcome, everybody, to Waupaca Loco Live. This is our February show. We're still in the pandemic, if you haven't noticed. We can't wait till we're out of it, but we're so thankful for technology and for bands that are willing to go live on Facebook with us. We're just talking before the show that what we are going to do once we are pandemic free is we're going to have all of our Zoom acts come back if they want to do a live show and a gig at Little Fat Gretchen's. So we're real excited for that. So tonight we are really happy to have with us Smitten Kitten. I'm Marcy Boku, and this is my lovely co-host Barb Ladke.
Hello.
Barb, would you like to introduce the band?
I would like to introduce the band. Hello, Smitten Kitten. And our lead singer is Megan. And Megan, how do you say Nenza? How do you say your last name?
Nenza, yep, you got it. Pretty much just ignore the D and it's fine.
Well, Megan Nenza, could you introduce your fellow bandmates?
All right, to my right, I got Justin Shingo on guitar and well as
Hello.
singing.
Shout out to the Stern Food workers watching.
Oh, yeah, Stern Foods.
Right, represent. We got Emily May here on my left, bassist and also backup singer. And then we got Zach Vasquez, drummer extraordinaire in the back here.
So how long have you been playing together?
You know, for me, Justin, and Emily, it's been a little bit over a year, and then Zach just got in the picture, I want to say, like 2 or 3 months ago, or maybe something like that.
Did you have a different drummer or no drummer?
We were working with, like, electronic beats, and just playing
Yamaha
to the beats.
120X, it was a...
Yeah,
nice.
we were making it work. But yeah, it was, I don't know, way different. It's a lot better having a real drummer.
A lot of energy with him because I was asking, he's played a long time. Have you all played music most of your life? Zach, you've played for how long?
I've been playing since I was 12.
It's a long time. How old are you now? 20s, I'm guessing?
I'm 29.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, so you've been playing a while. How about the rest of you? How long have you all been musicians?
Yeah, I think I started probably about like 12 or 13. And then, yeah, I'm also 29, so about the same for me. And then,
honestly, pretty similar, junior high.
Yeah, I'm the odd one out because I've only been playing for like 4 or 5 years.
Right,
Okay.
Emily, you just picked up that bass and started playing it, didn't you?
Yeah, like I actually started learning to a record player, believe it or not.
Yeah.
wow.
I had a bunch of old albums that I would just play along with on my record player.
Were any of them punk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what?
Clash.
The
The
Clash.
Clash.
London Calling was the album. And a lot
Okay,
of
so
Green Day. That was what I used to learn first.
okay, so that would have been your influence in that direction. I was noting what I was telling you. I looked up some stuff about punk, and that it was 46 years ago that the Ramones put out their first album. So 46 years ago, you're kind of playing your grandparents' music, you guys. So
Yeah.
Keeping it alive, that's important, I think.
yeah, Justin, how did you?
I love
What were you playing before you got into the punk pop band?
I always kind of dabbled with little like garage bands here and there, nothing too serious. And then the Pops always played music, so I'd always jam with him here and there. My influences are kind of all over. I went through different phases of punk and rock and alternative and indie music, but punk influence, I'd say, like Emily, I definitely loved The Clash, Green Day, Violent Femmes, Wisconsin Pride, you know, who else? Ramones, another good one. I'm on the spot. I'm kind of drawing a blank, but yeah.
You know, when I was listening to some of your videos, I heard you play a song called Saturday Night, and it really had a punk electric edge, but it really had this kind of a girl group sound. Are you guys familiar with bands like the Ronettes or Martha and the Vandellas from the 60s? Because you had this kind of a girl band sound you had lyrics about drive-ins and crying on a Saturday night. Were any of those girl band groups influencers?
Honestly, not really for me. Like I feel like I'm almost like a poser punk in a way because I'm not really like I didn't listen to a lot of the old school stuff. Like my first band that I listened to was probably Good Charlotte when I was like in 7th grade, and I was really like, I don't know, I felt like I wasn't fitting in, and that was like my way of like finding a way to fit in by not fitting in, you know?
Yeah.
And so I started with Good Charlotte, and then I found Green Day and Simple Plan, and so I was more of like the modern punk. I didn't even really touch any of the older stuff, so I had no idea really about I don't know, like older.
Yeah, I was going way back with those bands, but you know, it had a girl sound that was really good. Well, your first song is going to be Adios, right?
Yep.
So, and you're going to talk about singing about the end. I'm guessing what I heard was like about the end of a relationship. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say something like that. And then, yeah, towards the end of it, like not working out and realizing it's not working out and then just saying bye finally. And yeah.
Okay. Well, are you ready?
Oh, as ready as I'll ever be, I suppose.
All right, let's hear it.
All right.
Adios with the
Here we go.
Kitten.
You won't ever see her cry. There is emotions deep inside. Calm on the surface,
Chaos underneath.
girl, I know just what you mean. You won't catch her in a lie.
Covers her tracks like a Gemini.
First she leads you along, then she cuts you free.
Adios, c'est la vie. Is what it is, not much to say. Too sad to see you go away. Hope you don't need my sympathy. Just hope that you find what you need. Is what it is, not much to say. Don't feel bad, it's a game we play. Hope that you can finally leave. It's what we need. I used to like the way we talked, and I'd observe the way you thought. And to my surprise, you got over me, and you'd start confusing me. We would hang out all the time, and I would act like things were fine. And then it happened. How could it be? Adios, c'est la vie. Is what it is, not much to say. Not too sad to see you go away. Hope you don't need my sympathy. Just hope that you find what you need. Is what it is, not much to say. Don't feel bad, it's a game we play. Hope that you can finally leave. It's what we need.
Oh my
Thank you.
gosh,
There you go.
awesome.
Let me silence my phone.
That guitar playing, yours and the end there, that copacetic, rhythm is really satisfying. Good job. Really good.
Yeah, and I
Thank
like
you.
the stops. I really, really like the stops. That is just such a good hook. Good for you.
Thank you. Wow.
That
So
one
Megan,
stop
did you
may have
write
been
that song?
Not on purpose. My phone started ringing, so I apologize.
Oh my gosh. Me and Justin
hear
kind of
that.
tag teamed when we wrote that song. Like, I think he started with the first verse, and then I wrote the second verse and the chorus, and then we just kind of, like, I made up the melody, he wrote the guitar. Just a little bit of tag teaming with that one.
No, it's
Really
great.
good.
Honestly, I love that song.
Now,
you.
Marcy,
Thank you.
Marcy wanted me to go back to some things you were saying a few minutes ago about how music helped you fit in and made you, how did that happen? And you also mentioned, Marcy, about the cause A. Did you want
I
to
know,
bring
I hate
that
to
up?
bring that up again, but honestly, we're going to start using that money in a scholarship fund where, it's just so great to have had that. You guys raised that money for us to be able to give to kids in need, and it's going to become a scholarship fund for kids to take music lessons. We have a great guitar teacher starting next month.
That's
awesome.
awesome. Yeah.
So excited. I
really
just
need
couldn't wait
that.
to tell you that. It was so meaningful. And so I just wanted to give you kudos for that, because that was your idea. And I think it's important for young people to know that there are people out there that care about them.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much.
You got to help the future rock stars.
That's right.
Right, yeah.
That's right. All right. I'm sorry to get off track. I just had,
No, that was
Oh,
so. No, that's right on track. So
Mhm.
did any others? I mean, we went to that heavy metal barbecue, and there was heavy metal music. So did any of you kind of come from that direction? Like, Emily? Did you have somebody in your family that plays heavy metal?
Yeah, my dad actually was really into my mom was more into like the hair metal type of stuff, so I have a lot of that I like, guilty pleasure stuff, but it was my dad mainly who was into, like, I should say, the popular 80s metal at the time, like thrash metal and stuff, and that really got me into it, and then I found my own way, like, as things went on. But yeah, I'm heavily influenced by metal. You wouldn't guess it by my playing style, but it's actually what brought my attention to the music scene in general. And as I started working with local bands and things like that, I started realizing that there just isn't enough of an outlet.
Right.
Like, people play all the time, but I guess it's the promotion, and opportunities like these that really help them the most, and it helps the scene. And when people are seeing big bands like Metallica or Green Day or whatever, they don't really realize that the foundation of music comes from this room right here. People like that. They all start somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch documentaries on these bands and all that stuff, they always have stories just like this. It's really fascinating, actually.
It is true.
Well, and you've always had such an interest in that whole side of it too, the promotions and just the telling the story, and that's really cool. Are you still working on weren't you working on like a web page or a
Oh yeah,
magazine?
I've kind of had it on hold because of what's going on right now or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually did just make a music video for a band. We filmed it in the Amherst Opera House.
Yes, I know.
Yes,
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's actually available on YouTube now.
It is.
And I put a lot of work into that beast.
So what's that called? I know it's Mayhem Underground Media, but is that where we go to find that video?
I believe I posted it there, but you can find it on their page, which is Ave Imperador. That's the band I did it for. But
Okay.
I'm sure it's on my page somewhere.
Okay.
I had to have shared it at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
What is your page, Emily? I mean, you're saying your page, but where would we find
Oh,
that?
it's Mayhem Underground Media. It's just
Okay.
what I used to put all of my focus into. Just because of the pandemic and everything, I've kind of backed off a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I share things and do things because there are bands that are still doing stuff. So I do share things on there occasionally. I just don't go out to shows and do like that kind of thing like I used to do.
I feel like there's a disconnect. Now, this could just be me being old, but I feel like there's a disconnect between me hearing their music scene and the music scene that we're involved with, More Mercy. I mean, we don't see that many younger bands. So where do they play? Where do you guys play? We need to find out more because, we come and we hear music of everybody, and so I'd like to see more sharing of, events and things too.
Yeah. When I was heavily into it, I used to go to shows, do photography, and do small articles on what the bands were doing and stuff like that. And there's a lot of bands that are our age that I featured there.
Right.
A lot of them are doing really big things right now, recording albums or getting big features and stuff like that, which is really cool to see. But they just play at there's certain bars that allow metal that they really thrive in. Like I know in Green Bay, there's the SV2. And then in Madison, there's a scene for it as well. Milwaukee.
Right.
See, we need more here. That would be.
Yeah. And that's what Ben's trying to do with Schuler's.
Schuler's is kind of filling that gap here. They've been very active with booking music, which is really, really, really an addition, I think, to the community. I did post about your video, but Ben, thank you for posting Mayhem Underground Media. He put your link up there.
Oh, thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Good.
Shout out to Ben.
Oh, good job, Ben. Yeah.
Megan's
Well, we better
brother.
move on to this next song, which I believe is 9 to 5.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I am interested to hear this done acoustically. I listened to it today online, and I kind of wrote down that it seems like it's an anthem to working class musicians who are stuck working all day to play their music at night. And you've got a line in there, music is my way of life. I can't do work 9 to 5, the daily grind. So let's hear the song, and maybe you can tell us a little more after.
All right, of course. So something like this.
Early morning, waking up, got my coffee cup filled up as I'm rolling down the street. Got the ticket clock to beat, wonder what it's really worth.
Man, I really hate to work.
but I got to do it though. If I don't, I will go broke. So I put on a smile, sit and stay for a while.
But it is driving me crazy.
Do this, do that, I can't take your crap.
I can't keep working daily. No, I can't work no 9 to 5. 'Cause I think I'm losing my mind. No, I can't do the daily grind. 'Cause I can't work no 9 to 5. Hurry up to punch in late, doing work I really hate, wasting all my dreams away. Not gonna happen today, living just to pay the rent, bills and we nudge, making goals and keeping them so I can make a life and then try to keep a social life. Play guitar and sing all night. Music is my way of life and it gives me reason to fight. I can't work no 9 to 5. 'Cause I think I'm losing my mind. No, I can't do the daily grind. 'Cause I can't work no 9 to 5. It's the way that I survive. Be above the stress this time. Keep this bull off my mind. All these reasons that I fight. This is not the life for me. So much more that I can be. Not that many people see that money is a form of truth. Can't believe we work for paper. Want a taste that I can savor. Who can like this kind of flavor? Need to do myself a favor. I can't work no 9 to 5. 'Cause I think I'm losing my mind. No, I can't do the daily grind. 'Cause I can't work the 9 to 5.
And your voice comes through so pretty when you're playing acoustically.
Oh, thank you.
But I was
don't need
wondering.
no bells and whistles.
Oh, you have a pretty voice. Couldn't
Oh,
make
thank you.
it's really
Yeah,
you notice it more in this. And Justin, I was going to ask you, is it more? You got to be a little more careful when you're playing punk music acoustically. I mean, is it more forgiving when you're on an electric instrument? You're wanting.
Yes and no. I once watched this guy play, and he said every good punk rock song was originally wrote on acoustic, sitting on his couch, and like I kind of like that theory. I think electric just makes it better. You know what I mean? So yes, if I had a little more distortion and girth and loudness behind me, it'd probably help. But I like our clean sound. It helps us focus on harmonies and not step on each other. And
before the show started, we started to talk about that a little bit. How you were actually enjoying playing this acoustically, and I remember when we had a heavy metal band. Emily, what was that band that we had on with Nathan?
That was Of the Earth.
And they actually got a huge charge out of playing acoustically. And, I mean, I get the energy of heavy metal, but it is really cool to play it in its native form, and, we can hear you really well, too.
I think acoustic kind of brings you back to your roots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fundamentals.
Right. So, Emily, you're a left-handed player.
Yeah.
Are you left-handed?
Yes, I am. What?
Are you left-handed?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I just have this upside down right-handed bass.
Did you? Just
I don't restring it.
You didn't restring it. So you're playing it. Oh my God.
Yeah, let's give a shout out for that.
I know.
Lefty's playing an upside down righty bassist.
Right.
Thank you.
Oh, Emily.
Made it your own.
Yeah.
For real. It's so unique. Like, I've never seen anyone else do that. And it's so fun, like, when we play live, and you always see that moment when someone's like, and they get closer and they have to look and they're like, wait, no, it's just flipped. Yeah. And they just, like, I don't know, they lose their mind. Like, they don't get it.
How should play a local film?
Hard to read your what you're playing.
Right, yeah. So you have to really focus and you're like, wait, no, not that one, opposite, and then
that's funny.
All right, that's how I learned, so it doesn't really bother me. Everyone says it's cool, and I'm just like, oh, I'm glad you think it's cool.
Right.
The only way you know, actually, isn't it? Yeah. So you guys are working on a 3-track extended play release right now. Is that done? Or?
Not done. It's pretty much a goal before the baby is here. So we were mainly focusing on this acoustic thing, like, for the time being, because, this is the first time we've really played or practiced acoustic. So we were doing that the last few practices, but now that we got this, well, I mean, it's not done yet, but, like, once this is done, then that's our next goal is, like, oh, hey, get down in the basement, try to get this EP recorded before baby's here, just so we have a little something for people to listen to while I take, like, a little break, and stay at home taking care of the kid and everything, and
have a nice little teaser demo.
Yeah, exactly.
So will that be something we need to stream, or are you going to actually have a little CD? Or, I mean, how does that work?
I mean, I would think that we would have a CD, but then also have it available online as well. Like, I don't know. I know that Bandcamp is pretty easy for doing stuff like that. People could, like, get it on there or something, which I don't know. We don't have one set up for that yet, but, it's a simple step to do. And
so are you guys, like, doing all your own recording, producing, mixing with the tools that you have available to you? How's that work?
So far, yeah.
Yeah. Justin's got quite an itinerary, like a lot of stuff in his basement.
I've been building my little basement empire for a while, so it's ready for us. Definitely not full professional quality, but I think it's going to turn out pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. So it's not just playing music, but there's a lot of technology and just knowledge about how to make things sound balanced in the way that you want it. That's an incredible.
It never stops. Yeah. Always buying gear, always reading new articles. You got to stay on the cutting edge.
So that's your basement,
right?
That's your basement where those videos, like your Halloween show, was recorded. And
yes, yep.
It's really a good little set down there too.
Thank you.
Wow.
Everything's down there.
So you've got another song. We got to keep going here. This one's called Simpler, and I could not find this one online. So this is new to me. So
yes, it's a bit simpler.
Yeah.
like the same man. Oh, darling, please don't make this any worse than it has to be. We could conquer the world. So lovely, the words that I'm saying. You cuddle me, and I'll keep you safe from all the bad things that have tried to hurt you. You cuddle me, and we will conquer the world.
Oh, can't imagine that done with electric. That sounded so perfect with the
Yeah.
acoustic.
But
So-
actually, I could hear where you would go with that, especially at the end when you were doing kind of the da da da, and you had that.
yeah, that part. Yeah,
Yeah, I could.
That
I'd like to hear this one electric.
I would too. I would like to
Yeah.
hear you get that version of it.
Yeah.
We didn't realize it was actually a little challenging because the one part does like a little phaser where it's like does like a little rotary, and then the other one has like a little tremolo solo. So yeah, but it works.
Great job.
Ben
Great
Nenza
job.
Ben Nenza says that one was a banger, and we got lots of applause and tons of hearts and thumbs up coming from that song. I think people really like that one.
Oh.
Got to get that one
Thanks,
recorded.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
So much love.
All right,
Really
we got a
good,
shout out
really
to
good
Devin.
musicianship on that one for sure.
Yeah.
Marcy, you want to give a shout out to a couple people?
Yeah, Karina Ann is on
Oh,
listening.
it's my sister.
Okay, we've got Ben Nenza, of course, Mitch Folker,
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Lombardo, Devin Tabor, and we've got Dan Boyce and Ami.
Yeah, boys!
Woo woo!
He's at work right now watching us. Thank you, Dan.
He's at work. Yeah.
On Shingle. Yeah,
Cheers,
quite a few
Dan.
people.
Covering for him
Honestly,
right now.
so there are people that are at work, and when you did 9 to 5, they're like, "Yeah, I'm at work right now."
Right.
That's funny.
The irony is now we work second shift, or me and Megan do 2 to 10, and it's like we actually probably would like a 9 to 5.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah. I also want to do a shout out to our producers at the radio station. Our Waupaca local live show is on 96.3 FM, which is the city's community radio station. And imagine we have a city that has a show like this, you guys. It's pretty funny. And then we also have another community radio station, 99.1. So Mark and Marcia Gerlach will be broadcasting this show as well. I think the first broadcasts will happen a week from tomorrow. And then watch for the video. We will post it on our Facebook page so you can watch the cleaned up version with all the graphics. It'll be awesome. So thanks to all of our producers and our audience that's watching. We've got a nice, mighty little group here, 21 people coming in and out, which is awesome. When you see the video, please share it because that helps promote the band. We want them to get their music out as much as possible. So please share the video once it's out. And help them get known because they deserve to be known.
And we want to see them again. So hopefully this summer we'll be seeing them live. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So we got one more song before we have to go. And this one's called Libra Logic. And I'm wondering, Megan, are you a Libra?
No, she's the Libra.
Emily, I'm a Libra as well. I
Are
love
you?
that.
Oh,
That's my
snap.
sign, and I know that the scales keep us weighing the evidence. So is this song an astrological reference to balance? And I noticed that you talked about covering your tracks like a Gemini back up in the song Adios. So what's with the astrology?
Well, I'll do mine first.
Yeah.
What's funny is I joked, I'm like, I'm not a big astrologist. And they're like, whoa, you got Gemini in your lyrics. I was like, yeah, I guess I am a little bit.
Right.
Well, all right. So Libras are cool, and let's hear what you got for Libra logic.
Okay, we got to tune down for D really, really super quick for this guy. So do that, and then Emily's ahead of the game, so she already did it.
It's her song.
Yeah, I actually,
Right.
I was really proud of this one. Megan and I wrote this one together. I came up with the lyrics because I was binge watching a bunch of cult stuff, and I was like trying to use like the idea of the Libra charm but like personifying it through like different cult like different cult references or metaphors. So that's where all that came from.
Wow.
Yeah, that's. I will want to talk to you more. I don't know about some of these charms. It sounds very interesting.
Right. It's a cool song for sure. Definitely one of my top favorites, I'd say.
All right. Well, can't wait to hear it.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
I finally got dropped.
Ready?
Okay, ready, Freddie?
It's not hard for me to have a steady following. People that have crushes on me like I am trending. But you aren't like the rest of them. You don't really want me or even know that I existed. It's kind of daunting. Everything I do inches me closer to you. And everything I see matches your astrology. And I'll learn all these things so you'd be stupid not to see that you only belong to me. You only belong to me, yeah. Find yourself by those who scorn you, blinded by fire and blood. Can't you see that I adore you? Shouldn't that be enough? If you'd come with me, you'd see the finer things. Escape the silence that you hide from if you follow me. Come with me, forget this strife. Come with me, take back your life. Everything I do inches me closer to you. And everything I see matches your astrology. And I'll learn all these things so you'd be stupid not to see. You only belong to me. You only belong to me, yeah.
There we go.